Hey everyone, make sure you hit subscribe for more stories like this. The gala was alive with energy. Laughter rippled across the grand ballroom, mingling with the soft clink of glasses and the gentle hum of a jazz trio in the corner. I clutched my wine glass, forcing a smile, pretending to enjoy the chatter. That's when I saw him, Daniel. He was near the entrance, partly in shadow, his eyes locked on me. My stomach dropped. He wasn't supposed to be here. The event was for employees and their approved guests only. Yet there he was, standing tall, composed and silently watching. And then it hit me, what he had witnessed. Greg's hand had lingered on my lower back, a gesture I had convinced myself was innocent, professional even. But Daniel knew the truth. I saw his jaw tighten, the shallow rise and fall of his chest as he held in his reaction. Without a word he turned and walked out. No argument. No confrontation. Just absence, and that absence cut deeper than any fight could. Earlier the evening had been perfect. Greg was charismatic, effortlessly charming, the mentor I'd admired for 3 years. Lately, though, our connection had grown more complex. It hadn't started as anything improper. Long hours together, shared dinners, laughter that lasted too long. I told myself it was nothing. Daniel, buried in construction work, had become distant, exhausted, barely speaking at home. Somewhere along the way, I mistook Greg's attention for something warm. But all that vanished the moment I saw Daniel leave. Driving home, I called him repeatedly. No answer. I left the gala early, ignoring the puzzled looks from co-workers. At home the house was hollow. His truck was gone, his shoes missing from the hallway, and the framed wedding photo, petals falling, smiles frozen, was gone. On the bed lay a single folded note. Don't call me. No anger. No recrimination. Just quiet finality that left me crumpled on the floor, crying until my throat ached. 3 days passed in silence. I contacted his sister, his closest friends, even his manager. Each voice echoed the same truth. He was hurting and he wasn't talking to anyone. His absence was suffocating, filling every room with emptiness, the faint trace of his scent lingering, haunting. I woke each morning hoping he would return, the door swinging open to reveal him. But he never did. Then I understood the kind of man Daniel was, the kind who doesn't rage when betrayed but quietly walks away, leaving no room for excuses. On the 4th day, Greg appeared at my door, fidgeting, hands stuffed into his pockets. I just wanted to check on you, he said softly. Are you okay? I barely recognized the warmth I had once felt for him. He saw us, I said quietly. Greg rubbed his face, attempting to dismiss it. It's not a big deal. He'll get over it. I almost laughed. You don't know him. He won't come back. When Greg reached for my hand, I pulled away. Disgust had replaced any lingering affection. Please leave. You've done enough. 2 weeks later, silence still ruled. Then Daniel's sister called, her voice careful. He's at a motel by the lake. He doesn't want to see anyone. He just says, "You're broken." Those words shattered me. I drove to the lake that night. His truck was parked outside a cabin. I stood there, frozen, before finally knocking. When he opened the door, I barely recognized him, unshaven, red-eyed, exhausted. But it wasn't anger in his face that frightened me, it was emptiness. "What are you doing here?" His voice was low, rough. "I needed to see you," I whispered. "Please, just listen. Nothing happened with Greg." He gave a bitter laugh. "Don't. I've seen enough." Tears streaming, I tried to explain. "I made a mistake. I was lonely." His voice sharpened. "So you let another man touch you in front of everyone?" "It wasn't like that," I tried to protest. "It was exactly like that," he interrupted. His eyes glistened with quiet pain. "I loved you, Emma. I tried everything. And you made me the fool." Tell me how to fix this," I begged. "You can't." And he closed the door. Time blurred after that. He filed for divorce, I didn't resist. My calls went unanswered. Greg reached out again, but I couldn't bear to face him. I left my job, sold the house, and moved into a small apartment, my life reduced to quiet fragments. Every night, I replayed the ballroom moment. His eyes meeting mine across the crowd, full of disbelief. 6 months later, I saw him at a grocery store. He looked well at peace, standing beside a woman whose laughter lit her face. Our eyes met for a fleeting moment, no anger, no bitterness. Just acknowledgement. He gave a small nod and walked away, his hand resting on her back the same way Greg's had rested on mine, but this time it was real. That was the moment I knew it was truly over. A year has passed. Time doesn't heal everything, it dulls the pain just enough to survive. I'm rebuilding, slowly, therapy, a small job, a quiet life. Some wounds never fully close, they fade into a silent ache. Occasionally, I drive past that old ballroom and I can almost hear the laughter, see the shimmer of lights, feel the collapse of everything I once knew. A few months ago, an envelope arrived with no return address. Inside was our missing wedding photo. On the back, in Daniel's handwriting, 3 words, "I did love you." I sat there, holding it, realizing that real love doesn't scream, it doesn't demand, it doesn't beg. It exists quietly, deeply, and when it leaves, it doesn't slam the door. It just walks away softly, leaving a silence that lingers longer than any words ever could.